Business is unbelievable. We're having unprecedented growth. You know, it really kicked off with our lead global partner, Sony Ericsson, continuing their long-term commitment to women's tennis. And it sort of unlocked this new wave of great brands joining our tennis family. We signed a 3-year deal with BNP Paribas to be the title sponsor of our championships in Istanbul. Rolex just recently signed a 6-year agreement, also associated with the championships. And then we brought on some regional partners out of Asia Pacific, Jetstar, it's a division of Qantas, Peak, which is an apparel company that's now building a WTA line for 6,000 Chinese retail stores throughout the country. And then we've got this great new partner from for Europe called Oriflame, which is a direct marketing cosmetics company.
You're mentioning a lot of international names there. Is that where growth is coming from right now for the WTA?
No question. Our growth is coming from Asia Pacific territory and the emerging markets as a whole. But you know, this past week I've been in meetings with our tournaments where we were reviewing their financials, and all our tournaments at the highest level, this sort of flight to quality, they've been growing through this recessionary period. The athletes' prize money next year will actually go from $90 million this year, that's the WTA and the Grand Slam prize money, to over $96 million next year. And that's all tied to the tournaments actually growing their revenues.
$96 million next year is definitely a headline number. Now,
it sure is.
I want to talk about one of the breaking news stories this week. Venus Williams ending that third quest for a U.S. Open title with a withdrawal not too long ago. You know, the Williams sisters, clearly superstars, but they've played sparingly, you might call it, in the last couple of seasons. Do you have discussions with them about what their schedule is like, and would you like to see them clearly get back to the court?
Well, I think first and foremost, they have both struggled with some serious health issues that have beyond their control. So the first thing we want is for them to be healthy. You know, the great news is that Serena is healthy. She's back. She's tearing up the courts, winning 2 U.S. Open Series events this past summer. And look at it, we've all known that V has been dealing with something. I met with her in Cincinnati a few weeks ago. She's in great spirits, very committed to wanting to play. And it's, you know, very unfortunate that she has this autoimmune situation, the symptom, but she's going to be fine. She's going to work through it, and let's hope for Venus, first and foremost, that she can get back on the court because she loves this sport and she wants to play.
At some point, do you think the USTA will step in and do something or try to regulate the amount of noise on the court from the players themselves?
Well, look, I think there is grunting in our sport, whether it's the guys or the girls. It's there. I think there are some of our athletes that are at a higher decibel level, perhaps part of their DNA. I also think television has done an incredible job amplifying the in-venue sound, and I think that's a dimension to it. So it's something that we're monitoring. You know, it's one of those issues that the athletes themselves aren't complaining, but I think if the feedback from fans and broadcasters, there seems to be a bit more of it. So we're looking at it, and it's most likely much more of a long-term adjustment, working with the younger players.
So a long-term adjustment, working with some younger players on maybe having their play be louder than their voices. At any rate, thanks so much, Stacey. I appreciate you coming in today.
Thanks very much.
Stacey Allaster with the WTA.